Alright, well, I'm back with another build. This time it is a Republic of Gamers theme for a Micro ATX form factor. The case that I'm using is a Silverstone TJ08E, I believe it is, and it has an aluminum face to it while the body is all steel. You get two USB 3.0 with headphone and microphone, reset and power button. I like the finish on it. It seems like it's made out of a thick material, like a thicker aluminum than normal. Up here we have a Samsung Blu-ray reader and DVD writer drive. Now if we look at what makes the guts of this thing, up top I have a OCZ Solid 3 64 gig solid state drive. I haven't had any problems with it, and pretty much it's reading at like 500 megabytes a second, so no complaints. Powering it, which you can't see, is a Corsair AX 750 watt gold efficiency power supply. I haven't had any problems with that, and I like the fact that if you're not using a big load on the power supply, the fan stays off, so it's passive until you start really ramping it up, like overclocking and gaming and doing some intense stuff. That's when the fan will pick up, but even then you can't even hear it. As you can see, the giant glowing thing, triple slot the Republic of Gamers GTX 580 Matrix Platinum Edition. I guess there's two different models, and the Platinum being the higher one. So finally got it on Newegg after they were out of it for a while. So yeah, on the board, 2500K processor as usual. I'm gonna see how far I can push it. A lot of people are getting close to 5 gigahertz on a small board like this, which is the Asus Maximus Gene 4 Z68 model. It is not the Gen 3, so it does not have the PCIe 3.0, but since there's no cards out there that have 3.0 yet, I don't see any point in getting it. I have a Corsair H60 mounted as a push-pull to two Sigmatech 120mm LED fans. It's an orange color, but I figured it would go with the red theme in a way. I don't know if you could see that, but I have about 8 gigs of Corsair Dominator memory at 1600 megahertz. Down below I have a Western Digital 1TB Black Edition hard drive, and that is running in the SATA 6 mode, so I'm using this for storage in games, and then I'm just using this as my boot device. One thing about 64 gig solid state drives, as I found out, basically if you're installing something like Windows Ultimate or Windows Home Edition, I'm not sure if the Home Edition takes up that much space, but yeah, basically split the drive size in half and that's what you have left. So it's about 32 gigs after you're done formatting. So as you can see, the case, the way the motherboard mounts, it's completely flipped. So the graphics card sits up here and it pulls in air. On the front, I believe this is either a 180 or 200 millimeter fan. I'm not sure, but I could tell this thing puts out a lot of air. So usually you would want to do a push-pull where you're drawing in air for something like this. In this case, since this thing moves so much air, I figured why not have it just keep going in the same direction. So this is pushing air out. The Matrix, I found, has a couple of buttons on it. There's a plus and a minus button for overclocking. I've heard that this card can get up to 1 gigahertz when you really push it, but I'll see how far I can get. Maybe I got a good chip or not. Close. If I can get close, I'll be happy. But this is the fan on stock settings, which is like quiet. I hear my front fan more than this fan, but there's a little red button on it, almost like a self-destruct button or something like that. But yeah, you push it and the fan goes up to 100%. And I believe it is 92 millimeter fans on it. All I know is, I know it's not a 120. It's the next size down. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure this thing is going to be pretty, it's not going to heat up, in other words. And then you just push the button again to turn off the fans. Basically, you have manual transmission, so you don't have to go into the BIOS or into Afterburner or any of those other overclocking programs to boost the clock speed. Basically, there's the plus and minus button. You should be able to up the clock speeds without having to do any software tweaks. So, yeah, my last build for 2011, and I'm definitely going to overclock. I'm going to see what I get for scores and whatnot, and I'll do some gameplay. And if you guys want certain gameplays put up, just let me know in the comment section, so I can get that up for you and show you guys the results. So, all right, I guess this is me signing out. Have a happy holiday and Merry Christmas to those of you who celebrate it, and I'll see you guys next year.